In today's episode, we're going to take a look at some of the best eShop deals you can pick up right now, all for under $5 and all either at an all-time low price or at least matching their previous low. Some of my favorite games are in this price range, and we even have some fan favorites that finally dropped below that $5 mark for the first time ever. Hey everyone, I'm JP, and welcome to the Digital Game Room. Here at the channel, we cover Nintendo Switch games and deals every week, and we love sharing the savings with the community. We're actually approaching our first big milestone of 1,000 subscribers, and if we can hit it from this video, I'll give away a $5 eShop gift card in the next sales video to one of the commenters. If you enjoy the Switch and you like saving money on the eShop, consider hitting that red button down below to join the crew. Speaking of which, to the digital crew here at the channel, welcome back my friends, and thanks for rocking out with us again for a few minutes today. Alright folks, and without any further ado, let's jump into the list and try to save some money together. As always, stay safe out there and please enjoy the video. Alright, we'll start the list with Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. This is a single-player 2D action platformer from NT Creates and offers roughly 5 to 10 hours of main story gameplay with a download size around 60 megabytes. In this one, players have to explore the dark lands and slay tons of demons in pursuit of the most powerful demon of all, lurking inside of a dark castle. The game allows us to play as multiple different characters along the way, and each of them are unique with their own skill sets. Now, depending on the party that you create, it can actually affect the story and the ending as well. And what I mean is, when you find these new characters, you can either have them join the party, or you can kill them and consume their power. Fans of Castlevania games will definitely enjoy these titles, and both are currently on sale right now, but if you're interested in the first one, it's on sale until January 17th, marked down 50% and matching a previous low of just $4.99. Blaster Master Zero is a single-player hybrid of side-scrolling shooter mixed with top-down adventure from NT Creates and has a download size around 360 megabytes, and it offers a story around 8 to 9 hours to wrap up. The graphics are reminiscent of 8-bit NES days, and in fact the developers used the original title from the NES as a foundation to build upon for this release. The side-scrolling levels have you controlling the Sophia 3, your trusty space tank, and when you enter into a dungeon or other areas, you'll exit the vehicle and it switches to a top-down view, and that's when we'll play as Jason. There are item upgrades and weapons to find, plus cool boss battles as well, and if you're interested in this one, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on January 17th. It's marked down 50%, matching a previous low of just $4.99. Circa Infinity is a single-player reverse platform puzzler developed by Kenny Sun and published by Red Deer Games. Now the main story will only last 4 or 5 hours depending on how fast you can figure out each stage, but they're insanely challenging as you go on, so you'll probably get way more time from it than that. There are 5 worlds, each progressively harder than the last, and I promise by World 2 things are already chaotic. Each world has 9 levels and then a main boss for a total of 5 awesome mind-bending levels and 5 different bosses. This is an incredibly addictive game, and the penalty for death is next to nothing, meaning you can keep going over and over until you master the patterns to make it to the core of each world. If you're interested in Circa Infinity, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on January 17th. It's marked down 80% to a new all-time low of just $1.99. Down in Bermuda is a single-player adventure-style RPG, this time from Yak & Co., and the game will take roughly 2 to 3 hours to finish up, and it has a download size around 840 megabytes. This is a quirky adventure filled with puzzles to solve and mysteries to uncover, and the story really doesn't take much time to flesh anything out. We're just introduced to Milton, a pilot who has crashed in Bermuda, and along the way we'll have to solve puzzles on each of the 6 different islands in order to hopefully find our way out of this strange place and back to our loved ones. The game is full of charm and emotion, and even though the story is mostly just that opening few seconds, the game also has hidden pictures throughout that will expand upon it a little bit. If you're interested in Down in Bermuda, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on January 12th. It's marked down 90% to a new all-time low of just $1.99. Dwarf Journey is a single-player 2D platformer with a retro look and sound from Orub Game Studio, and it offers roughly 4 to 5 hours of main story gameplay with a download size around 300 megabytes. The main story centers around a warrior seeking a powerful artifact in a mystical cave, which will grant him eternal life. Now this is an action platformer with new challenges every time you play, as the levels are procedurally generated. As you defeat the bosses and the different enemies, you earn experience and level up, and open up new paths that you can then explore. The boss battles are pretty tough though, and a lot of fun, but with the level design, sometimes you'll run into them a little bit too early and just get stomped into the ground. If you're looking for a solid platformer on a budget, make sure to check this one out before the sale ends on January 17th. It's marked down 63% to a new all-time low of just $2.99. Duke Nukem 3D 20th Anniversary World Tour is an old-school shooter from Gearbox Software with the main campaign that should last roughly 10 to 12 hours to wrap up. Now this is a collection of all 4 of the previous chapters as well as the new 5th chapter that was created by the same team that made the original game, and it has a download size around 610 megabytes. The Switch version also has enhanced features like gyroscopic aiming and motion controls, HD rumble, and more. Plus, the game has online deathmatch as well, making it a great option both for fans of solo games as well as those looking for something to play online and PvP as well. If you're interested in this one, I highly recommend it. Make sure to check it out before the sale ends on January 17th. It's marked down 75%, matching a previous low of just $249. Ghostblade HD is a top-down shoot-'em-up from publisher East Asia Soft, and it is available for 1 to 2 players in local co-op. It has a download size around 970 megabytes, and while the story isn't very long with the game, it has plenty of replayability, still making it a great deal. It features beautiful graphics, an outstanding soundtrack, and a lot of fun, especially if you have a friend to play with. There are 5 different stages with epic boss battles and 3 difficulty settings, making it approachable for all different players. There are 3 unique ships to choose from, in-game achievements, and some of the most fun arcade-style shoot-'em-up action you'll find on the Switch. If you like score-based arcade shooters, make sure to check out Ghostblade HD before the sale ends on January 17th. It's marked down 70%, matching a previous low of just $449. GRIS is a single-player action-adventure style platformer from Devolver Digital and offers a main story that will last roughly 4 to 6 hours, and it has a download size just under 4 gigabytes. Now this is a serene and evocative experience free of danger, frustration, or death. Players will have to explore a world brought to life with delicate art, detailed animations, and an original soundtrack. There are environmental puzzles, platforming, and skill-based challenges to overcome as you work to navigate your way through the emotions of a young female protagonist. This game is truly gorgeous and emotional, and I highly recommend it at the sale price. If you're interested, make sure to grab it up before the sale ends on January 17th. It's marked down 75% to a new all-time low of just $424. Horizon Chase Turbo is a fast-paced arcade-style racer for 1 to 4 players in local co-op, and it has a main campaign that will last more than 15 hours to complete. Now while the story is awesome, the game is all about the multiplayer for many people, and this one excels in that area. The game was inspired by the great racing games from the 80s and 90s with bright retro graphics and excellent audio both in the soundtrack and game design. It features the World Tour for longer sessions or tournaments for shorter play sessions, and the ever-changing playground mode that updates regularly, so there's always something for any fan out there. And right now this is a great deal while on sale until January 13th. Make sure to grab it up as it's marked down 75%, matching a previous low of just $499. Necrosphere Deluxe is a single-player 2D action platformer that could potentially cause you to throw your Switch right out of the window. The game was published by Unties and it has a download size around 215 megabytes, with the main story that will last roughly 3 to 4 hours to wrap up. The game is about the place that you go when you die, and then your quest to find a secret portal back to the world of the living. The world is basically a giant maze and requires even more precise timing and movement than games like Celeste, but it offers pure gameplay without any of the fluff or filler. There's even a hidden stage if you can collect the right items to unlock it. If you're into truly brutal games, make sure to check out Necrosphere Deluxe before the sale ends on January 12th. It's marked down 50%, matching an all-time low of just $399. Red Faction Guerrilla Re-Mars-tered is an amazing action title from THQ Nordic and offers more than 20 hours of main story gameplay with a hefty download size just under 14 gigabytes. Now this was one of the best shooters from the 360 and PS3 days, and the remastered edition looks and runs surprisingly great on the Switch. The worlds are destructible and it's fantastic to see. Now there is a slight bit of stutter and super intense moments, but nothing that will break the immersion or cause regret in your purchase. As far as third-person shooters go on the Switch, this is one of the best you can buy, and I still can't think of many games that match it when it comes down to the physics-based environmental destruction. If you want a solid over-the-shoulder shooter, make sure to check out Red Faction before the sale ends on January 17th. It's marked down 90% to just $299, a new all-time low. Next we have Ruiner. This is a single-player action-adventure title from Devolver Digital that can take more than 10 hours to complete, and it has a download size around 7.5 gigabytes. Now this is a brutal action shooter set in a distant future, and it's played from a top-down view. The game features the same fast-paced action and intense moments as something like Hotline Miami, only with beautiful 3D environments. Fans of twin-stick shooters with a dark and gritty atmosphere will truly enjoy this one, plus the soundtrack was specifically crafted for the game. If you're interested in Ruiner, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on January 17th. It's marked down 75%, matching a previous low of just $4.99. Alright folks, and as always, here are some other games you can check out while you're already on the eShop. Alright folks, that's going to go ahead and wrap up today's episode. Thank you as always for rocking with us, we truly appreciate it. If you're looking for games that are outside of that $5 price range, be sure to check out our main channel, Good Talk HQ, for our latest sales video where we covered games that were outside of that price range. Either way though, you know we're going to keep trying to bring you the best deals on both channels, so if you had a good time, please consider hitting that red button down below before you head out. And to the digital crew here and the extended family over on the main channel, you all are the best on YouTube, hands down, no question. Alright folks, we're going to go ahead and let you get on back to your day. Thank you again for rocking with us and hanging out with us for a few minutes. We'll let Little Man take us home as always. Stay safe out there. Bye everyone.
That's all for today's list. We hope you liked the video. If you did, consider subscribing and liking down below. Okay, bye!